For years, John Denver's music has delighted and enlightened us. He recently completed filming the movie version of the Broadway play Foxfire, and in the summer ahead, he'll be performing in concerts across the country. He joins us this morning to talk about a cause and an organization he's deeply involved in, the Windstar Foundation. So please welcome John Denver. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Glad you're here.
Thank you.
The Windstar Foundation is your creation. What is it and what does it do?
The Windstar Foundation is an educational foundation on 1,000 acres of land in Colorado to educate people with on-site activities in regard to learning about energy and food production, new technologies for energy and food production, for land management, for global resource management, for conflict resolution, and creating a sustainable future for all life on this planet.
How do you go about doing that? It seems like such a difficult thing to accomplish.
Well, I think it is difficult, and yet at the same time it has to do with things that we're all facing right now, choices that we're making, the kind of problems that people are dealing with, not only all over our country, but all over the world. And so the opportunities are constantly there in front of us, and we find ways to pick and choose the things that we want to be involved in. A lot of this comes out of the interest that I've had for a long time in energy resources, in sustainable energy resources, in doing something about hunger in the world. And in fact, one of the great things that we've done at Windstar is create, with our old friend Buckminster Fuller, a biodome, which I think is going to be one of the answers, one of the real solutions to the problem of hunger all over our planet.
How does, in what way, John?
Well, the biodome is a dome. It's like a greenhouse, and we, with a 50-foot dome, we think we produce over 4,000 pounds of food, fish and vegetables, throughout a year. In all environments, we grow food there at an altitude close to 7,000 feet through the coldest months of the winter. And it's just an incredible thing. There's a new one that's just, I visited down in Carolina while I was filming Foxfire. And they've been growing food and vegetables there all winter. And I think we believe that one of these can sustain a family of up to 20 people all year round in any kind of environment. And so these are prototypes that we've built. We'd like to make more of them. We'd like to try and see what they do in desert climate, see if they work as well as they do in the mountains.
On June 12th through the 14th, you have a symposium going on at Windstar. What do you hope to accomplish then? What's it all about?
This is the symposium on choices for the future. And we feel, you know, the only constant in the world is change. And change is happening at an ever-increasing rate around us, and most often we respond to change at best. And so one of the things that we're looking at is how to effect change, how to create change, and the kinds of choices that we can make now that will be a part of creating that sustainable future that we talk about, not only for ourselves here in the United States, but for people all over the world.
A lot of what you sing about today and the things that you choose to become involved in seem to come from within. Is there, perhaps the Greeks would have called it a gnosis or a knowing. Is there a message or a teaching to what you were trying to do?
Well, I would hope that that's true. I think all of us have it within us to both know everything and to be a reflection of what we know. Sometimes that's conscious, sometimes it's unconscious. To the degree that I've been able to tune my instrument, shall we say, more and more of what I know is conscious, is on the surface, and it does become more and more directed in through all the things that I do, the things that I get involved with. Not only my music, but opportunities to do films like Foxfire and things like the Windstar Foundation and our Choices for the Future Symposium.
There was a line in one of your songs, and I think you wrote it, was, if they could only know what I know.
Yeah.
Is there something you know that you could share?
Well, I know that we're here for each other, not against each other. I know that God lives in all of us, and I know that we have it within us to create the life that we all dream of. I know that we have it within us to live in harmony and in peace. And what it takes is passion and commitment to that, to knowing that you are a reflection of that, to knowing that what you do makes a difference, and to act out of that.
So it's within each of us to make that choice, is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Then can Windstar, in its educational purposes, make the difference?
I think that Windstar can make a very valuable difference in our society, and we hope to do that.
If you had to choose, John, a major concern today that's facing mankind, what would you say it is?
Well, it's hard for me to say one because to me they're all tied together. I think the problem of nuclear weapons in the world is the one that we have to do something about most rapidly. I think that it's especially important now because there is an opening that is unprecedented in our society, in our world. With what's going on in the Soviet Union today, there are dramatic changes taking place over there. We need to respond to those. We need to provide leadership in creating a peaceful world.
Thanks, John Denver, for being with us this morning, and let's hope that Windstar is successful both philosophically as well as practically.
Thank you, Rolland, very much.
Coming up next is
electronic